It's hot.
Your shit never gets. This is the Sports Porch, Black and Gold, with your hosts, the technical director, the Grand Schwabini, and Hockey Jesus. Come on, Pittsburgh. Let's show a little Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates love. The Sports Porch Black and Gold starts now. Yes, it does. The Sports Porch Black and Gold starts right now. Every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, live all over the world on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and anywhere else you feel like it. I'm your technical director. With me in the studio, of course, is the Grand Schwabini. To my right in the studio is Hockey Jesus. And we do have a special guest tonight. We're going to get to that special guest in a minute. Actually, we're going to get to the special guest right now because
why not?
If you watch us, you know that our studio is always evolving and we're always moving things around, trying to make it much more aesthetic. Aesthetic or aesthetic? Aesthetic. Aesthetic. All right. Well, thanks. Wait, there we go. Thanks for that, Curtis. So if you can notice behind the Grand Schwabini, we've got a new picture. It used to be Jerome Bettis holding a Super Bowl trophy. Well, now, of course, it's us now. Is you have SteelCityDraftGear.com. Curtis is in the house. I'm actually just going to bring him in right now because, and there he is, Curtis. What's up? Let me make sure.
Welcome back to the porch, Curtis.
Yeah, let me make sure. There we go. Buddy. Yeah, let me make sure you got your mic all set up there.
Thank you so much, guys.
You guys go to SteelCityDraftGear.com. You can pick up your official 2026 Steel City Draft. Everybody knows the NFL Draft is in Pittsburgh in April. Why are we talking about it now? Because, look, it's the single greatest 3 days of the year other than the Super Bowl if your team's in it, right?
That's right. And training camp starts this week?
And training camp starts this week. So we're rocking it towards it. So Curtis, SteelCityDraftGear.com is back in the house.
Thank you.
You can see behind us, you get your sports swag. We're all wearing it right here. You got your shirt, you got your hat. I'm going to drop a comment right now. Did you already do that? No, you didn't do that. Can you drop that comment again for me?
Sure.
There, HJ. You can get your exclusive Sports Porch Steel City gear or Steel City Draft gear. Change it to Draft gear because Steel City is not who we're working with.
You got it.
Oh, you got it.
I'm perfectly capable of handling it.
TD going off the rails again.
You only need to say it once.
Okay. All right.
It's like if you don't do it instantaneously, it's like you're not doing it.
Yeah. Subscribe on the podcast.
There's this thing called time.
Subscribe on the podcast on Spotify or anywhere you get your friggin' podcasts. I drop it right after the show. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe at the Sports Porch Podcast. And you can subscribe to us on Twitter if you're watching there at Sports Porch 1. How's it going, Curtis?
Pretty good. Things have been moving along pretty good. Glad to be back on the show, doing some great things with you guys. I'm glad we had that pre-talk conversation before the show because we got some good things coming up for your fans.
Yeah,
we do.
All your viewers.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun with that. So there'll be some giveaways and announcements down the line. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited.
Yes, I'm really
excited. Pumped?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. This is going to be one of the greatest things we've ever done.
Probably. Let's hope it's up there. Well, we've done a lot of great things, but I don't think we would admit to them.
Well, some of them were. Some of them weren't actually legal.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, the statute of limitations has ran out on, I'm pretty sure, all of them. So what are we going to do tonight? Yes, well, there's a lot of stuff going down. We got, TJ Watt signed with the Steelers finally. He didn't pull an Aaron Rodgers on us. We knew that was going to happen. You got the Pirates that are just, we're going to lead with the Pirates because that's what all the talk about is right now. And
Bucko fever
camp is but in a different way. It's actually really a Bucko fever. If you think about it, it's like about 107 and time to dip them in a bath of ice water, We're going to talk a little bit of hockey because, HJ's got to get his hockey sermon in. He deserves that.
Thank you.
And we're going to go over the ESPN projected that the Steelers lineup this year, projected starting lineup before camp. It's a little early, but it's the 18th best lineup. So we want to hear your comments on that.
Can you really say 18th best?
Yeah. Well,
it's is it 18 out of 30?
30.
Well, yeah,
32?
if number one is the best,
18 times 2 is 36, right?
It's Midland.
Well, if number one is the best, then number 32 is the 32nd best.
Right. So
am I wrong?
So
Yes,
middle. So the middle is 16. So they're not as good as the most average team in the league.
Okay, so we're going to debate that. All right, and we want to debate that with you.
Really, it's 14th worst.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and Chris Chod already chimes in on the Pirates. Chris, thanks for being here again. I've heard the Pirates are getting ready to sell. We'll talk about that. We will definitely talk about that.
From your lips to God's ears.
What I do want to do also is I want to give you the opportunity to come in and express your opinions on our show live at any time. Okay. And this is something that we're going to try out here. We want you to participate. You guys know how we do things here. Pretty much nothing is off limits. And we would love to have you guys on the show talking to us live. You don't have to be on camera. You can be on camera. It'll be your decision all the way. If you follow this link in the comments and you bookmark this link, this will always get you into our live studio. And of course, as true TD fashion, I did not prep it before the show, but this comment right here.
Of course.
Shocker.
Click that link right now. Put you in the green room. It's not going to pop you on the screen right away. It's going to ask for your name. It's going to ask if you want to use your camera or whatever. We see you in the green room. We'll send you a private message just to say, hey, what do you want to talk about? Because we don't want to talk about your divorce.
Lines are open. There's a line open right now. Is that correct, Chris? There's a line open.
All lines are open.
All lines are open?
Yeah, we can have up to 7 or 8 people waiting to get in here.
Okay.
7 lines.
So if you got something to say and you want to be on the show live, you want to say it to our face or anybody else's face.
Hold up. Only 3 lines open now.
Yeah, All right, boys. Good. All right, boys. Let's get this shit show on the road. Why don't we do that? The Pirates, they are losing and setting records and losing and setting records and losing, and you get my drift. 3 sellouts this year. 3 sellouts.
Anything to do with bobbleheads?
All 3 of them had to do with bobbleheads.
Oh.
All 3 of them.
No, I thought the home opener was one.
Well, what I read was there was a bobblehead at the home. Okay, so home opener and 2 bobbleheads.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, true. And all 3 of those, sell the team chant was louder than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
After the All-Star break, now currently they're leading 3-0. Skeens is pitching, and my God,
chance for a win.
Might get a win.
3 innings in, and they have 3 runs and 6 hits for Paul Skeens, who's given up 2 hits. But he's pitching from what it seems like only 2 strikeouts. But Paul Skeens ERA down to 196. But they've lost like 9 out of 10. They just got swept by the White Sox,
Chicago White Sox.
And look, we don't have to go over all of this stuff again. But it's getting significantly worse, and it's getting almost laughable. And everything that I've been preaching the last 3 or 4 years about this team and how bad they are.
You've been right on.
I have. And for you to admit that is ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, just the fact that anybody could have realized that they'd be this bad.
now he's messing with it.
I mean, wow.
I was waiting for the zinger.
I mean, that's talent.
Yeah,
that's talent. That's why we're here.
It is.
We want to be around that talent.
It is. Yeah, I know. I can tell.
Incredible projection.
Well, regardless, I was right on. And I'm at my wit's end. This guy needs to sell the team. You said you have something that's going to make me mad about the Pirates because you don't want to talk about them that long.
I am.
So go for it. Make me mad.
So actually, there was a winner this weekend. And guess who the winner was?
Paul Skeens?
No.
He didn't pitch.
No.
Yeah, he did.
The winner?
No, he didn't. He didn't pitch.
The winner was the owner, Mr. Nutting.
Oh, okay.
And you know why he was the winner?
Why?
Because he had 85,000 people in the stadium this weekend.
Right. Yeah.
You know what that means?
He made money.
He pocketed about $2.5 million. Now, if you want to say sell the team, I'm all for it. But don't spend your goddamn money to go to the game to tell him.
Right.
Come here, yell on any media you want. Go outside the stadium and razz the people going in and tell them how stupid they are for spending their money. You don't have to go into the stadium to say sell the team.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just giving him money.
That's true.
So although I applaud the effort for getting a big chant going of sell the team, Mr. Nutting got the last laugh on all Yin Scouts.
Yeah, you know what? You said I was going to be mad. I'm not mad because you're right. You're right. I mean, how do you, as long as he can skate along and pull a profit, who cares?
That's it. You need to stop going for those whatever bobbleheads next. Just stop going.
I never got them.
Honestly, it still doesn't even make
Mac Miller.
It still doesn't even make any sense, though, because if you sell the team, you're going to get north of $1 billion.
Yeah.
So you're still better off selling the team than just continuing to make a measly $2 million.
And literally have everybody that sees you in Pittsburgh
say they hate you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Now, Chris Chott, I love this. Wasn't Cherington supposed to be fired today? That was something that I picked up online from an MLB rumor site. And of course, mainstream radio picked up on this as well. And it's basically like considered a rumor that's a little too early, because everybody said, Ben Cherington sold his house in Sewickley, and some other guy was saying that,
really?
that some,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that happened a little while ago. But I think anytime you have such a monumental collapse like this last weekend was, especially, you would think a fired up crowd as a baseball player, you would play better. I mean, you just think they'd be fired up enough to win a game.
I guess in all the sellouts they've had, they've shit the bed on every single one. So
they're probably
they have, but Nutting has.
Well, they're probably nervous.
Nutting doesn't care about the results of the game.
I know.
He wouldn't have cared if they won or they lost.
Yes.
He just wants to see 25, 30,000 fans come through that gate. When he sees that, he's like, he doesn't care what you say. Yeah. In fact, he probably will say, go ahead. Yell all you want. Bring all the signs you want.
Don't you think the players are nervous? I mean, they've never played in front of fans before.
Maybe.
right.
Well, they
not
do,
Brian
they
Reynolds.
They do on the road when they go to Philadelphia.
On the road, but nobody's cheering.
LA.
Nobody's cheering for them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Curtis, jump in here anytime you want.
Absolutely.
You just want to be a spectator and watch the show?
No.
Yeah, no, I mean, jump in here anytime you want. Don't be afraid to interrupt.
Will do.
But, the thing about Cherington, and I've been saying this for a long time, is, and nobody likes him. They're like, you're giving this playing field, you're doing it really bad. But really, what playing field are they giving him? I mean, what is he allowed to do? I can't for the life of me imagine that if he wasn't given a blank checkbook, he wouldn't put a better team on the field.
Well, I think it's a problem in two ways. One, he isn't given enough money. So, there's that. But he is getting high draft picks. You would think he would put in a system that could at least bring those good draft picks up, and they would be potentially good.
He's made only one good one.
And maybe only one.
And that was a slam dunk for anybody.
That was a slam dunk.
Yeah. And that's the thing that drives me crazy. If I try to think of the Pirates as a real Major League Baseball team, which is very difficult to do, but when I can do it, I think the people that Nutting even hires are failures.
Wow.
They don't even have they don't develop anybody, and they don't get any better. I mean, I just don't see this franchise. Here's the thing about the franchise. Over the weekend, they finally, as a total record for the team, they've played like 20,000 games in the history since 1887. They finally have gone below sub-zero since, I think, the 1903 the very first World Series. They were below 500 then, and then since then have gotten better and better. But now they're back below 500, and I don't see them ever getting back above 500
unless they focus on development.
Very true.
Yeah, but they would still have to get very good quickly.
They'd also have to be lucky too.
Well, I mean, luck is a big part of this in any franchise. It's just, I mean, even
you have to grab the brass ring when you can.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And this would be the time to do it. And clearly, there's no effort at all in that direction.
But Curtis brings up a very good point, and I hear this by a lot of lifelong baseball fans, lifelong Pirates fans.
Right.
And you're talking about guys that have been watching them since the 60s, since before we were watching them.
Right.
And, it is kind of amazing that they go, now, again, Skeens, that's a no-brainer. I could have drafted Skeens, and I'd look like a hero. But you got guys like Henry Davis, Endy Rodriguez, Nick Gonzalez, Tyler Glasnow, who's now with the Dodgers, right? Who else? Garrett Cole was another slam dunk, basically.
Yeah.
But they come up, and you have to believe that in another team, let's say they were in the Orioles organization, which they're having a bad year this year, but everybody knows that their farm system is stocked. And not only is it stocked, those guys progress on a timeline that is appropriate and rather quick. And when they get to the major leagues, they develop, they hit, they play, they look like they know what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
This team literally doesn't even know, like it knows what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
No.
And then you have guys like O'Neal Cruz, who was not brought up through the farm system. He was traded by the Dodgers to us as a big prospect.
The interesting thing,
That is true.
Dodgers said, I don't think so.
Right, exactly. So, but Henry Davis, Henry Davis, was he a 1-1 or a 1?
He was a 1-1.
He was a 1-1.
1-1.
You have to believe that Henry Davis in a better organization would at least be a serviceable major league hitter right now. Not batting 180 or whatever the hell he's batting. 190 is what he's batting.
190, yep.
After basically parts of 3 years now in the major leagues. So, you're absolutely right, Curtis. It starts at the bottom, and that's where you can lay it on Bob Nutting's hands. He doesn't even care. He doesn't care about anything beyond the asses he puts in the seats at PNC Park.
Does not.
And if he's in the black, he's in the black.
Yep.
As long as he's not in the red, are we going to force him to sell the team by chanting "sell the team" down there? No. It's a good TikTok clip.
It is fun. I mean,
and it will go viral.
But like
like
I always say, if he's an ass man, he's an ass man.
You got it. One more comment on the Pirates, then we're going to move on to like the exciting part of the year that's like right around the corner. I think HJ mentioned nonsensical moves like re-signing Adam Frazier just to ship him out. What's the point of that? To do something, you can answer this. My answer would be to make it look like you're doing something.
Yeah, I don't recall saying that, but if I did, it sounds pretty stupid.
You probably did. You probably did say that.
I mean, maybe I was just saying so we could move on to hockey.
and nothing against you, Chris Chata, but just actually saying Adam Frazier is telling you the team is horrible.
Yeah, that's true. Right. I mean, Frazier was an above average player a couple years ago, and what are you going to do? All right, listen, thanks for being here and watching the Sports Porch, listening to the podcast, subscribing on YouTube.
What's up, Marvin?
Marvin Hamilton in the house.
Marvin's
what's up, Marvin?
Ready to segue.
What's up, Marvin?
There you go. So I want to remind you, if you see us in all this stuff we're wearing right now, this guy over here to my left on the screen is Curtis from SteelCityDraftGear.com. You can go to SteelCityDraftGear.com. You can use the promo code Porch. You can pick up a Porch hat. You can pick up a Porch shirt. You can pick up draft gear, all kinds of stuff. 5% off, promo code Porch. We're rocketing this into the draft season that is after the NFL season that is gloriously getting ready to start.
Yay!
The best time of year. Best time of year. We're going to turn Curtis. Curtis is originally from Chicago. We're going to turn him into a Steelers fan. He's going to love that.
Hells yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm being inducted right now.
Yeah. You feel it? You feel the energy?
I feel the religion baking in.
There you go. Trust me. It'll never leave you. I can't get away from it. I can't. So, all right. TJ Watt. He gets paid. Does it make you happy? Does it make you sad? Now, this happened last week, basically the day after our show. Or maybe 2 days later.
I thought it happened like Thursday.
Yeah, maybe 2 days later. But TJ Watt gets paid, 3-year extension, $123 million.
Yep.
At the time, maybe still the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. If you get on the airwaves, you listen to the fan, you get on the podcast, you listen to the podcasts, you hear it's like almost a 50-50 split. They should have done it. They shouldn't have done it. They should have done it. They shouldn't have done it.
Where does the Yinzer stand?
Yeah, let's go the Yinzer. Yeah, let's go.
Wow, I
HJ.
feel honored that you're actually coming to me with this.
Yeah, well, you should feel honored. How do you feel about that?
Well, you know that we've been talking about this for a while, and I said that no matter what happens, they're going to sign it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did say that.
TJ Watt is the face of the franchise. They're never just going to turn their back on the face of the franchise and elect somebody new. I know that, Freiermuth was in some of the pictures of the new uniforms, which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah, I got a picture.
But TJ Watt's the guy. TJ, everybody, if you think of the Steelers, who do you think of right away? You think of TJ Watt and you think of Cam Hayward. Boom, boom, just like that. Just like before it was Ben, They were never going to get rid of Ben. They were never going to let him go. They let him stay on too long, and now they don't have a plan for the quarterback. I don't think that they don't have a plan for TJ post TJ, but here's the thing about his contract. I'm happy about the term. I think the 3-year extension was a win. I really thought for sure it would be like 5 years or longer. So I think the fact that it was only 3 years is actually a win for the Steelers. But the money's just too much. I mean, but it doesn't matter. It's not my money. They're not paying a quarterback any money now, so they can somewhat afford it. But the problem with the Steelers are they're putting their money in all the wrong positions. And we've been talking about this for a while on the porch. If you've been here, I'm sorry to reiterate the obvious, but you don't need to spend $42 million on an edge rusher. Who are we when we do that? We're the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns spent $40 million on an edge rusher.
That hurts.
And shots fired.
That really
shots fired.
Coming from a Yinzer, he calls them the Cleveland Browns.
No. I said we're acting like
We're
the Cleveland Browns.
We're getting hate mail.
I mean, the Cleveland Browns also signed a quarterback to a very terrible contract too. So
True.
they do it in multiple ways.
Yeah.
And honestly, the Cincinnati Bengals spent $55 million on a quarterback who only took them to a Super Bowl once and has really been a bum since. So I don't know that that's money well spent. The franchise you want to the franchise you want to look at is Baltimore, right?
Right. But I got to stop you right there because we're going to come
here
back
we
to
go.
this.
You're
Joe Burrow is not a bum.
Yes.
He is not a bum.
Yes, he is
Okay,
a bum.
go on with your Lamar comment.
You know why I think he's a bum.
Such a fucking homer. He's a homer.
$55 million for one position will not win you a Super Bowl. $55 million will not win you a Super Bowl when you have to pay your quarterback that much. Now they're paying Chase. Now they're paying T. Higgins. They got no money. They can't sign Hendrickson. He's their best defensive player and they can't sign him. They're going to have to let him go for peanuts. And that's the problem. That's why I say he's a damn bum, because he's sucking up all their cap space.
Okay.
And they can't be a good team because of it.
This is 100% my fault, so I'm going to apologize to the audience.
Okay, so
I got Steve off track. We have Steve off track now. Let's get back to do you like the TJ Watt signing or not? So we can answer this question.
One more thing.
Okay.
I've proven that it's more like Cleveland Browns, not Cincinnati Bengals. But the Baltimore Ravens are doing things the right way. Lamar was going to hold out, but did he hold out? No, he didn't. What did they do? They signed him. What did he do? He took them to an AFC Championship game. So I think that the Ravens are doing things the right way. What did they do? They went and got a damn good running back, signed him to a pretty good contract, and now they're going to be tough to beat. And they still got young defensive players.
They did draft.
They can do.
Did they draft Malachi Starks? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the franchise.
Great secondary guy.
And this pains me.
And they already have a great secondary.
This pains me to say it, but that's the franchise you want to be looking at when you want to get better. You don't try and emulate, the Cleveland Browns because TJ Watt's got this hard on for a guy that is about his, talent level. And in some cases, honestly, he's probably better. So I applaud the Steelers for sticking with their guns and signing the face of the franchise. However, I think it's foolish.
Okay, so that's kind of like
foolish.
Now I know how your wife feels. You're just non-committal about anything. I mean, you know what I mean? I applaud them, but it's foolish.
The problem.
Do you applaud foolish things on a regular basis?
Yes.
Not you.
Leave me out of it, damn it.
All right. So basically, I'm gonna sum this up real quick. The Steelers did exactly what you expected them to do,
and it was dumb.
You thought they should do it because he's the face of the franchise.
No, I didn't say I thought they should do it. I knew they were going to do it.
But you're applauding it.
I'm applauding the fact that they're sticking with who they want to be.
Okay. All right. But you don't like the money.
He applauded the 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, you applaud the 3 years.
He applauded the 3 years.
The 3 years was the best thing about this.
All right. Do you have anything to say about this, Curtis?
Rabbit hole.
Okay. There you go. Perfect. So, Grant Schwabini.
For me, well, I'm going to say just flat out, I don't think it was worth signing him to that contract. Now, it could be different if the situation was different. So, for example, if I felt that the Steelers were a player or two away, then I probably would re-up TJ Watt and go for it. But I don't really think they are a player or two away. And I think that you could have got some pretty good draft capital for him. I just kind of look at last year, he tailed off the last half of the year. We're not really sure if that's a tail off or if that's injury based, but I feel like we would have heard something if it was about an injury, and we just haven't heard anything.
Well, we'll know in the first 4 games. Right?
Yeah, we will.
We might know in training camp.
And then the other part of it is he does get hurt quite a bit, right?
Although the last couple of years he's been pretty solid.
Well, I mean, I think he didn't play in the playoff game against Buffalo 2 years ago, right?
Okay, well, keep going.
He was falling apart at the end of the year. 2 years
keep
ago.
going.
Yeah. So, I think now probably would have been the right time to move on from him and get good draft capital. I just think the Steelers have a different view of where they're at organizationally than I do.
Yeah.
I think they think that they are, an Aaron Rodgers away from being a potential championship team. And
right.
And with that mindset, then I would have, re-upped Watt, but I just don't believe that that's where they are.
So you think they should not have re-signed him? They should have tried to trade him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we got you there. I am conflicted on this because I look at TJ Watt and I think it's a luxury to be able to say that a guy who is purely an edge rusher tailed off last year and he still had 11.5 sacks, because there's a lot of teams who would take anybody who would have 11.5 sacks. Now I get it. I get the last few games, like nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand that. The defense, they do overpay. They've overpaid their defense. It's an offensive league. It's a passing league. The receivers in the offense have the upper hand because they call the play and the defense has to react. They just have to execute the play. The defense has to react right and then execute. So it's a little harder to play defense. And they do seem to be throwing a hell of a lot of money at defense, which has been not in the top 10 in the last 3 years in the league. However, I like this signing because a couple weeks back, what I said was, if they can sign him to a shorter term deal, then they're going to have the opportunity to have his best last couple years while they have Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf and a D-line and an O-line that are younger and gelling, and they're going to get the most out of them, but they have an out. They're not tied up for 5 years, which is what everybody thought he wanted.
I do agree. I think the best part of the deal is the 3 years.
And next year, if things play out the way we think that they're going to play out, and we won't make our predictions now, that's in a few weeks.
Right.
But I think we're probably all pretty close to the same page here, but we'll leave that for then. If things play out that way, they're going to be doing the quarterback carousel again next year. And if they get a kid who's good and they can develop or who's NFL ready right away.
Or maybe already on the roster.
Right. Or maybe already on the roster. You don't have to worry about paying him. And you still have maybe 2 good years of TJ Watt left. And if it all falls to hell, then you go. Or if you have to pay him and want, then you're out. I like the signing from that standpoint because you protect the face of the franchise. Steelers Nation loves TJ Watt. I mean, let's face it. I love the guy. I love watching him play.
I would say I feel from listening to the radio, I feel in the past couple years there are a lot more people who are feeling like we've wasted JJ Watt. And
you mean TJ?
Yeah, TJ Watt.
TJ Watt.
Yeah. Just like JJ was wasted too.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like, people seem to feel like they've wasted him and his best days are behind him.
Well, the only thing I have to say about that is he was on the teams that played in the playoffs. He could have done something.
Yeah, that's true.
And the other thing I'd like to bring out, because, I'd like these tidbits. The last time the Pittsburgh Steelers defense had a shutout, you know what year it was?
90.
I'm going to say
94
with Cower.
No, it was 2011. But there are only five other teams that are below that: the Bears, the Texans, the Jets, the Giants, and the Commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean that, you want to be an elite defense, but yet your defense doesn't get even one shutout in the last 14 years.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We love to fool ourselves in Pittsburgh. Sometimes you just have to take a dose of reality. Okay.
And this is something else here.
Let me just tell you
why
we're not winning Super Bowls. This is the problem. The reason we're not winning Super Bowls is because everybody just wants to believe that our defense is great. Our defense is the most expensive, but it is not the most great. That being said, they can prove me wrong whenever they want. And I hope this is the year they prove me wrong. And I think this is their best year to do it, to be completely honest with you, because I think they finally got a couple cornerbacks in the back. Mm-hmm. I think they've shored up their linebackers. Their defensive line's still a little, not great up the middle. They
got younger on the line.
They're still susceptible there to running. But this is the year. I know I'm Debbie Downer here when it comes to the defense, but I have good reason to be. They've given up like an average of 45 points in their last 3 playoff games, and one of them was a loss to the Browns. So I've got a reason why I'm upset. It's not that I'm just a bitter old man, although that is somewhat true. It's because these are the facts, people. And the only way you can get better is when you look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is what we have to improve. Now, we gave TJ Watt a good contract. All I'm asking in return, TJ, is a playoff win. Is that too much to ask?
I like that. But you know what? I think I'm gonna get me a crystal ball because I want to start predicting that stuff as well. Mm-hmm. So if I come up with some better answers.
Yeah. Well, instead of the rabbit hole, he goes down every time.
You want to?
I'm gonna rub the lamp.
Yeah. Got the lamp.
We got the Grand Schwabini here.
Yeah, we got the lamp.
Future.
Yeah. Before we move on to our next Steelers-related topic, I want to thank Curtis Drain from SteelCityDraftGear.com from being here. He's on that side. SteelCityDraftGear.com is where you can get your Pittsburgh draft gear coming up here. It's on sale right now, right? You can buy it right now.
Yep.
You want to show us the towel? There it is. Show the towel. We got the hats. We got the shirts. Everything you need.
Baby.
Go to SteelCityDraftGear.com. Promo code PORCH for 5% off.
Don't forget these.
And listen, you better not get bored about hearing about this, because you're going to be hearing about it week in, week out, all through the season, all the way to the draft. And we got some big time stuff coming there.
Marvin's got some good comments.
Yeah, he's not the quarterback though.
It's true.
TJ.
I mean, he can't do everything. I agree with you there.
Yeah,
Marvin.
and yeah, we can go all the way back to the Killer Bees, Marvin. But that time is over. And
well, I mean, they did make a pretty good run.
Yeah,
they did make it to the AFC Championship.
That's
game.
true.
They laid an egg in the championship game.
Yeah,
but they did. They made it. They were the last good team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
for the Pittsburgh Steelers. How far long ago was that?
So
I mean, seems like decades.
AB's in gel, and Le'Veon Bell is a rapper now, right?
Or a boxer.
Oh yeah, I think
he was. Maybe he did both.
Maybe he raps and boxes. I don't know.
A kung fu master.
Yeah, could be that. I mean, I'd be afraid of him, Kung Fu master.
I wouldn't mess
He's a
with
tough
him.
dude. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with him either. All right. So before we move on to the last Steelers thing, I just got to look. Joe Burrow. Okay, he's a bum. All right, he's a bum.
He's not a bum.
He's a bum. The guy last year. I mean, listen to this. Last year, last year, his passer rating was only 108.5.
Right.
That's horrible. It's horrible.
Yep.
He had 4,918 yards passing.
Yeah.
Terrible. What a bum.
Yep.
43 touchdowns against 9 interceptions. He played in all 17 games, selected for his second Pro Bowl, winning his second Comeback Player of the Year award. What a fucking bum.
Yeah.
No, it's the team. The team is terrible.
How many playoff wins did they have last year?
It doesn't matter about last year. When's the last time they made the Super Bowl? Oh, wait, just a couple years ago. Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
What have they done
listen,
since he
this
signed
is going to
his big
tie into something we
contract?
talk about later on. He doesn't know about it.
What
but
have
it's
they done
gonna-
since he signed?
Doesn't
his big
matter. What I'm
contract?
saying
it
is,
does matter.
Would you take?
It
Would you?
does
Would you
matter.
take him on this team right now? Would you take
No.
him and his salary?
Absolutely.
You're fucking nuts. You are fucking nuts.
One, we couldn't afford it because we just signed TJ. Would I trade TJ straight up for Burrow? Yeah, I'd do that.
He's been talking about Joe Burrow.
He said he
You know who Joe
would.
Burrow is.
He said he would take him. TJ for Barrow straight up.
I'd
TJ
take
for
that
Burrow.
deal all day long.
Sure.
Yep.
All
I'd do
day
it.
long.
Sure.
Yeah.
Except
And let's see
Cincinnati's
how-
never going to take it.
Let's see how good he can throw to DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin the third.
Listen, man, I'm telling you right now.
He's a product of his of the people around him, and he's got Chase, and he's got T. Higgins, and he's got a damn good running back.
That's what makes him a bum.
But he's Joe. He's Joe
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what makes
Joe Cool.
I am. By the way, I am watching quarterback. I know Chris is going to do this later.
Yeah.
But
let's save it for later. Okay, the Steelers have just dropped their 1933 throwback uniforms. You can see that on the screen if you're watching us. If you're on the podcast, sorry you can't see it. But it is reminiscent of the old Bumblebee uniforms, but it's kind of changed a little bit. Well,
But
it's got
actually,
the lines, but
it's
they're in
more
a
like
different
the
direction.
uniform before that.
I was actually going to say what I like about it is
Okay.
that it's nothing like the Bumblebee.
Well, I just
uniforms.
mean like the lines, the black and yellow lines. That's all.
Yeah, well,
Other than that, you're right.
Yeah, I
Remember
mean,
when Barry Foster was here?
I would say,
Barry Foster.
Oh,
Yeah.
Barry Foster.
They had a uniform that was similar to this.
yeah, I think that most Steeler uniforms have some black lines somewhere.
This one actually looks like a jail cell, to be honest with you. That's what. Am I lying? Do you see that? It's kind of like, look, we're behind bars. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, here's what I don't like. It's an homage to the 1933 team. You know the 1933
the
team?
Steagles.
No,
that was
this
the 40s during
pre-Steagles.
World War II.
Actually,
Oh.
this team lost to the
History.
Philadelphia Eagles.
If you watch documentaries, you'd probably know this.
And this team was 2-6-1.
Yeah.
Okay. And in their one tie, guess what the score was?
What?
That's right, 0-0. I mean, this is, and we're going to wear those uniforms.
But isn't that the year the Steelers were founded?
It was, but why?
That's
why.
why.
Why do you want to go back to a team that sucked and was bought for $2,500 from gambling, right?
And Mike,
Actually, and the thing is, wait, I did this. The equivalency for today is like $610,000. Do you think you could buy a football franchise for $610,000 today?
yeah, I'd figure out a way to do that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope,
Not
not even close,
Yeah.
bud.
Well, I think
Yeah.
the idea here is I guess it's the first uniforms they ever wore, right? Is that
It's
what it
not.
is?
Well,
No,
I mean,
it's not.
it's reminiscent.
Here's what's
Okay.
different about it.
It's
that-
got a modern helmet.
See that number? Yeah, they're wearing helmets. One, by the way, I
Okay.
do love the helmet. The number in front, that white number in front, wouldn't be there. The patch that's on the shoulder would be in the middle of all that stuff going on. All those lines, and that would be the difference. That would be the actual 1933.
well, the lines going across it. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking. I look at the uniform and I'm ready to just scan and check out at the grocery store. It looks like a barcode.
Yeah, that's that's
Maybe that's why they put the number right in the middle. It's like, no, we can't be the barcode team.
I do think that part is stupid. the numbers right in the middle of the stuff.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And they have a number on the back also.
Yeah, the 56.
Mhm.
You
It's
can
black.
see that.
You can
And
see it
both
down there.
numbers are different colors.
Yeah, black colors, white
and
colors.
white.
So it's really not a throwback, but it is a throwback because it's got like the city crest and all that.
Mhm.
Mike Lawrence says those throwback unis are worse than awful. I'm going to say they're worse than awful. I think they're terrible.
I don't know. I wonder who voted this guy, who approved this uniform.
I don't know.
A Rooney did
Okay.
for sure.
I'll wait to see it in person. I think it might be better than you guys are saying.
I
mean,
think you're right.
I think the bumblebees are horrible.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the
I think-
bumblebees?
I think with that helmet, I think it's going to be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the helmet's cool.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
I do like the yellow helmet. Definitely.
Yeah, Pat off track is in the house. 610K maybe in the Arena League. No, I think they're more expensive than that too. But
Probably
got
in the
a
middle there.
and of course he's got to get his Drexel thing in.
Mhm.
Barcode
Pat.
invented by Drexel grads. Were some of them your friends, Pat? Do they now
Drexel-
live down in the retirement community where you got fleeced the other day?
Drexel grads are the best, though.
All right, so drop your
Hey,
comments.
Pat, say hi to Mildred for us.
Let us know if let us know if you like or hate or are indifferent to the throwback uniforms.
I'm giving it a meh.
I'm there too. I'm with Schwaber. Once
Yeah.
it gets on the field, you kind of like the Bumblebee uniforms. As soon as I saw them, I was like, no,
Mhm.
what are you doing? You know, I mean,
I just laughed out loud at
Yeah,
those. But
yeah.
people did love those.
People do love them, yeah,
They
Yeah.
did love
because they're
them.
so different and weird.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You know,
Because like when you're at a resort in Punta Cana and somebody's wearing a Bumblebee shirt, it's like no doubt from Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
You know, they can
Mhm.
see you a mile away.
For what it's
Right.
worth, my my son, the graphic designer, likes them.
Does he?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
I can't go
Where-
down
where
this
are you-
road. I can't go down this road.
Stay away
No
Yeah.
from
cookies
the
for you.
light.
Yeah. Maybe the hallucinogenics are kind of affecting the way he's looking at
Hey,
things.
he got a full time job now. He's got to stay away from that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. They may actually help him.
Well, I mean, this is a guy with successful children over here.
Yep.
Oh, I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready for that either.
Shots
I
fired.
was not ready for that at all. Okay.
Yikes.
Subscribe on YouTube at the Sports Porch Podcast and click the notifications button so you know when we're live every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. You can follow us. Excuse me, guys. I was sick earlier this week. You can
Sure.
follow us on Twitter at the Sports Porch 1. And of course, you can catch the podcast anytime you want, right after the show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your freaking podcasts. Curtis is in the house from SteelCityDraftGear.com. Get your latest drip here. The promo code for Porch. The promo code Porch gets you 5% off on any of this great stuff you see us wearing. SteelCityDraftGear.com.
And if you can't remember that, just look over my shoulder.
That's right. Look at that.
Right
There
on.
it is. Yep. And if you would stop shaking your leg, people could see it. It just keeps bouncing up and down. What is going on?
Maybe there's an earthquake going on.
Are you really?
We
Yeah.
are in an earthquake
Where's
zone.
your evacuation plan down here?
There's a door right there. That's it.
I need a map with arrows in red.
To
Yeah,
find
I
the
don't-
door out of my house.
I don't see an exit sign over the
Every
exit
place
door.
of work should have an evacuation plan, and
Oh.
you failed again.
Now we're gonna put those EOE posters up there. You know what I mean? If you fuckers decide to unionize, this show is done.
You have failed us. You have not protected us.
Oh my God, I protect you every single day. Trust me. All right, Hockey Jesus to my right in the studio
Amen.
is here, and he
Amen.
preaches on the podcast after every single. Oh, wait a minute. Jeff Paulus says they were those unis before, and he loves them. My buddy from York.
They're similar to the Barry Foster one. It's not the same one.
Yeah,
The
Mm.
Barry
they're
Foster one
similar.
was like white, and
Yeah.
then it had the
Yeah.
stripes, and it had the big Pittsburgh emblem right in the middle.
Yeah, I remember that. I do. And sorry to interrupt you guys, but I just saw that. Wanted to get that comment in there before we moved on. Pirates are up 3-0 in the fifth, and
Let's
as
go
Mike
Skeens.
says, Skeens will probably get pulled now.
They'll lose 4-3.
So, Hockey Jesus on the podcast after every single Penguins game, he gives his sermon on how the Penguins did, and he preaches all the way through the Stanley Cup playoffs. Our hockey segment tonight is not going to be that long because we're in the dead zone for that. But
Yeah,
he did
pretty
want to
much.
talk about the fact that the NHL schedule is out. So, what are your thoughts?
Well, the thing that's interesting about the schedule is there are so many back-to-back games because they've got two things going on. They've got this trip they're taking to Stockholm, Sweden in November, right? So they're basically they're only playing 2 games in like 2 weeks. And that's unheard of in the NHL. So that means they've got a lot of makeup games they're going to have to play back-to-back. That's definitely going to hurt, but I think that may be why they went out and got that Silva. I cannot say his name. Arthur, the backup goalie from Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got him because he's probably going to play like 30 games, even if he's not the starting goalie, because they have, I think, 16 or 17 back-to-back situations, which is just a ton of games. And they've been good with them in the past, but. They do start. I think we mentioned this already. They do play the opening. They're playing opening day. There's a triple header opening day. They've got the middle game, I believe, against the New York Rangers in New York against Sully. So, and I guess Dan Muse used to coach for the Rangers. So there's a little bit of that going on. Other than that, the schedule's predictable. I was just looking at this. The first preseason game's coming up already. It's going to be in September. Monday, September 22nd. So
mark your calendars.
Start getting your tickets. They're plenty full. But if you get a nice 20-game plan, I'm sure you get some money off from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Other than that, you're right. It's the dead zone. Not much going on. Not much to really talk about till they get in the camp, and that won't be for a while.
So I would be remiss if I didn't say that I totally skipped over one of the subjects on the Steelers we were going to talk about tonight. So we're going to go back to it because we got some time.
I agree.
Is that okay with you,
Let's
Steelers fans
that.
out there? All right. The Pittsburgh Steelers, according to ESPN, have the 19th, not the 18th, best starting roster projected in the NFL. The number one, who do you guys think number one is?
The Eagles, clearly.
No.
Chiefs.
Boom.
No.
Number one is
probably the Bengals.
Ravens.
Because they've got the best.
Number one is the Ravens, right? Number two
Eagles
is the Eagles.
Number three, the
Lions.
Oh, okay.
Bills.
Chiefs got to be in there next. Let's see.
Broncos, number 6.
Broncos, interesting.
That's too high.
I believe.
It's ridiculous.
Commanders, number 7.
Also too high.
Overall
Way
roster.
too high.
Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you right now, Donald Trump gets them to bring that Redskins name back. He will forever be the greatest president that ever lived.
You're on board, aren't you?
Absolutely. Did you hear that? Did you hear that stuff?
Yeah.
No,
Apparently,
what's so
elaborate,
funny?
please.
You know what's so funny?
Yeah.
I
think he can get it done.
You know what's so funny about this though? That's what you've been dying for.
Yes.
And you've also spent the past year praising their owner for taking over the team from Dan Snyder.
True.
And that owner ain't going to let them go back.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
No, he's not, man.
Trump said he's not going to let DC give them a stadium deal unless they go back to the
but
that's not going to be.
But the new owner, he's come out and he said, "No, we're not going
Trump
back."
has nothing to do with the stadium.
I'm telling you right now, if he's able to pull that off, I mean, he could start a nuclear war. I'd still think he's a great president.
Well, wait a minute. You think he can bring back 8-track tapes?
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would put him on Mount Rushmore. That was great. That was a great take. Los Angeles Rams, number 8, Bengals 9 with that bum Joe Burrow.
That's
Niners 10. We're only going to go over the ones in front of the Steelers. Vikings 11 with a rookie quarterback, basically a rookie quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Buccaneers 12 with Baker Mayfield. Texans 13, Green Bay 14, the Bears 15.
Yeah, people are high on the Bears.
I don't know why. Caleb Williams sucks. Los Angeles Chargers, the Cardinals, the Cowboys, and now we get to the Steelers. Now, this is ranked overall roster, projected starting roster. Couple things here they're projecting as starters. Obviously, quarterback, we know. Yeah. They have Caleb Johnson, and Jalen Warren as starting running backs.
Mm-hmm.
They got DK, but so then they've got WR2 and 3, Austin the third, CA3 and Robert Woods.
That's knocking them down.
Tight end, Freiermuth. I think it's going to be Jonnu Smith. You don't pay a guy $12 million to come in and be a backup.
They'll both be on the field.
They'll both be on the field.
Right.
Settle down.
Then you've got your line with Jones, Sayamalu, Frazier, McCormick, Fautano from left to right in that order.
They're probably not too high on that line.
Defensive tackles, Hayward, Benton, and Harmon. Edge rushers, we know Watt and Highsmith. Linebackers, Queen and Holcomb. Cornerbacks, Ramsey, Porter Jr., Darius Slay. Safety, Deshaun Elliott, Juan Thornhill. I mean, I think that roster, barring injury or anything crazy, is probably going to be the starting roster. I would argue Pat Freiermuth is not as good as Jonnu Smith. I don't care what any Steelers fans say. I think there's a reason they brought him in. I like Pat Freiermuth as a player. I think he plays hard. I think he's a respectable guy. He's a football player.
They gave him a big contract last year.
I know, but I just think Jonnu Smith is better, and I think they brought him in for that. He understands Jones's offense.
It doesn't matter. They're both going to play a lot.
Yeah, true.
And 1 year for Jonnu Smith. He's not going to be back next
Cole Holcomb coming back after an injury as your starting fourth linebacker. I don't see that happening. I see Peyton Wilson stepping in there.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
We had our discussion about Ramsey, JPJ, and Darius Slay at cornerback. We'll save any deep analysis for as we get through training camp.
One of the best in the NFL.
And I also think that the safety situation is not that great for the Steelers.
It's taking a hit.
But the point of this is, does 18 seem right to you going into the season?
Well, actually, you know what? I was going to say it was about right. It makes sense if you tie it back to last year. The top 14 teams make the playoffs, and they're saying they're 18, so they're basically on the fringe of the playoffs. But actually, as you read the list, I think they should be higher.
Yeah.
There's some teams on that list that I don't think have as good a roster. Yep. Chicago, Dallas.
I'm not so sure about Arizona either.
And to be completely honest, even Denver. I think Denver's.
They have them at number 6.
I know. I think they're a fringe playoff team.
I think they're down like 13, 14.
Yeah. So I let me put it this way. I don't think it's.
And I think the Bengals are too.
I think you could put the Steelers anywhere between 14 and 16.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think that's solid analysis.
I would agree with that. Looking at Denver, the biggest strength is their offensive line. Their biggest weakness is wide receiver. Well, that's how you score points.
That's right.
And the same with Dallas. I mean, they're better than Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Second round pick Marvin Mims Jr. That's their biggest X factor. I don't know. Bo Nix, RJ Harvey, J.K. Dobbins, Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims Jr.
I live and die with Bo Nix.
Yeah, I would say Bo Nix is a question mark.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't blow anybody away last year.
He got better as the year went on. So it's like the opposite of T.J. Watt, right?
Mm-hmm.
They think he's going this way, and Watt's going this way. So I get it. I understand. And they got a cake schedule, too.
And just because you like to ride me on the Commanders, off-ball linebacker is their biggest strength. It was tempting to pick Jaden Daniels in the quarterbacks, but the terrific Bobby Wagner, Frankie Louvu duo is too good to pass up.
I mean, Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner's old. When will he be done?
Wagner is entering his age 35 season, but he has shown almost no signs of drop-off, ranking in the top 10 among off-ball linebackers in pass rush wins, tackles for loss, and QB hits last year.
That's okay. I'll take Cam Jurgens pulling out and taking a shot at that 35-year-old body.
Okay, Louvu is the only NFL player with 250 plus tackles and 20 plus sacks over the last 3 seasons.
No, he's
only.
Good. He's solid. Nobody's going to deny that.
The duo combined to play 98% of Washington's.
Who's the biggest question mark on the team?
The quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's why they have them so high. All I have to say is this. And look,
this is an Eagles fan.
Maybe
okay.
Well, no, but maybe he will
Sophomore slump.
Maybe he will turn out to be phenomenal.
Maybe.
But this is exactly what they said about CJ Stroud going into year 2.
Yeah,
and CJ Stroud sucked.
Yeah,
that's
he
true.
fell apart.
You know,
Hey, listen, I can be a Commanders homer. I get it. But even I can't deny the fact that sophomore slumps happen, and that is my biggest concern.
Yeah, I
it should
agree.
be.
So if you guys enjoyed this is a little preview for our big NFL debate that's going to be coming in a couple weeks when we start to list our, when we go down our lists and our predictions of who's going to win what division, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be like, you should be here for that as well. Pizza for that. Well, whatever. You can have chicken wings.
No
breading.
No breading.
You just want Curtis here because you don't want to be in last place again.
Yeah. I just like looking at him and watching him laugh, at you guys. And, all right, so
we are laughable.
So the last part of our show tonight, before we move on, and right before you go to steelcitydraftgear.com to get your 2026 draft gear, promo code Porsche for 5% off, and then you subscribe to us on the YouTube channel at the Sports Porch Podcast, is what we're watching. And Schwaber, take it away.
What is what we're watching, folks? Well, I shall tell you. It is our charity, our give back, our, giving back to our community. That's what it is. We all know how hard it is to find the right show to watch. And let's face it, boy, when you find the wrong show, boy, is it disappointing, right? You think, we wasted this time. I can never get that time back. Well, guess what? That doesn't have to happen to you anymore. Because the guys at the Sports Porch are going to tell you, good or bad, watch or don't watch, we are going to let you know what you should be spending your time on. And because of that, you won't have to do any more surfing. You're not going to have to look at Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Apple, Prime. We've done it all for you. We've done it all for you. So let us take care of you. And that will make us happy.
The only qualification is that you have to finish the season you're watching, or if it's a one-episode documentary, whatever movie.
Thank you for the qualification.
You got to watch. Well, people need to know.
Really, a documentary?
Okay,
you
it's
can
called
watch
consistency. It's consistency. Yes.
How about conspiracy?
You can watch all kinds of stuff. Oh my God. All right. So
just asking for a friend.
All right. HJ.
Oh, I get to go first.
HJ. Well, because this one's going to cause a reaction, I'm sure. HJ.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Just finished watching.
God.
Big Mouth.
I don't watch cartoons.
I mean, yeah, this is. He told me to watch this. I got like 3 minutes in, and even I was like, "This is way too
way too what?
Pedestrian."
Well, this is good.
Oh, you didn't watch it long enough.
Is this good for like our kid fans?
Absolutely not.
It's one of those adult cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is where I go. Okay. Oh wait, this wasn't for kids?
Yeah. No, it definitely is not.
Okay, Big Mouth.
Yeah, it's definitely not. The good thing about this is season 8, so it's over. Like there's no more season.
Thank God.
And I have to admit, like the first 3 seasons I thought were really good, but then like around season 5 or 6, I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. It just wasn't great. It's essentially taking these cartoon characters from middle school into high school, and they talk about everything that you would go through from a sexual aspect. And from a social aspect, okay? I'm serious. I'm just being honest with you what it's about, okay?
Okay.
And
I don't know, but I'm listening to his feedback, and now I'm buying into the thumbnail, and I'm like, he's probably right, because they're wearing church robes, and normally they don't mix kids and religion together.
No, but the guy who put it together is John Mulvaney. You know him?
I do.
He's funny.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Nick Kroll, also pretty funny, and Jordan Peele's has some voice. He does
got some big people.
He does the voice of Duke Ellington, which is hilarious. And Jason Mantzoukas. He's also in there, and Maya Rudolph. So there are some big names.
Big names.
Behind it.
Big names.
And it is funny, but it is very irreverent. It tells you things about things in high school that you never wanted to say out loud. They say it not only out loud, but they just are very proud of it.
They say it with a megaphone.
Yes, it's crazy.
Okay.
But it's over. So season 8. I like the way they wrapped it up. Basically, they said, here comes the future, and then they all jump into the future, and their little cartoon bodies just disappeared. And that was it. And it's over. So if you don't like Big Mouth, I'm sorry, if you like cartoons like The Simpsons, where it's irreverent and kind of dirty, this is for you. Okay. If you don't like that sort of thing, there is no reason for you to watch any of these seasons.
All right.
So if you're a dirty cartoon guy,
you like edgy shit.
You.
That's great. Next week, it's going to be anime.
Oh, no, I got a good one for next week.
Oh, I really can't wait.
It's completely on the other side.
Now, the Grand Schwabini has watched something that I really, really appreciated and liked. Non-selfish watching.
Non-selfish watching, for those of you who don't understand what that is, that's when one of us makes a recommendation and then one of the other guys watches it based on that recommendation. That's called unselfish watching,
which is something I never do.
You're lax
once in a while.
You're lax at that. Yeah. So Mr. Klein told me about Dope Thief.
I did.
On Apple TV Plus. And for those of you wondering what it's about, well, one thing that's really cool is that it does take place in Philadelphia, which is my hometown.
Right.
And essentially, it's kind of like two guys that just really haven't found their way through life. They're kind of down on their luck, and they decide to pose as DEA agents and to basically go in and steal dope from drug dealers. Okay.
Sounds like a great idea.
Right.
Yeah.
And
if this show doesn't take off, that's next on the list.
Right.
And a DEA badge. And
right.
And eventually, they kind of hit the wrong spot.
That's going to happen.
And everything goes haywire.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, Chris, I loved this show.
I knew you would.
I love this show. This is probably one of my favorite shows that I've seen in the past couple years.
Awesome.
Wow.
Love
it. It was a great show.
The action never stops.
It never stops, and the character development's all good. And boy, there are just some scenes where you're just like, oh my God, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It really was phenomenal.
I'm surprised it didn't get more press.
Yeah, I'm shocked too. I mean, it was really, really good. I mean, I think part of it, other than Ving Rhames kind of having like his little part in it, other than him, I guess like nobody was really a star.
Well, the Manny, I can't remember his name. He's been in so much.
Yeah, he's been in a lot. Yeah. But it was really good. And it's only, was it like 8 episodes maybe?
Maybe.
I think it was like 8 episodes. It's, pretty quick watch. But yeah, it was phenomenal. I mean, I watched the first 2 with my wife, Amy. I think Amy felt that it was a little bit too gory for her.
Violent.
Oh, okay.
Violent.
Yeah, but it's not like, you know what? It's not overly violent.
No, it's not.
It's just realistic.
Right. And then I just watched the rest myself, and I was just glued to the screen. Yeah. It was hard to watch without doing a double shot.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It was phenomenal. It was a great recommon.
Thank you.
I got to give you some props.
Oh, finally.
Wow. Every now and then, maybe once a year.
That's it. I'm going home and watch it tonight.
This is the moment.
It's really good.
This is the moment. You've earned it.
All right. I feel like I can just drop the mic and walk off stage.
Yeah, you're a king for a day.
If you'd like to.
Dope Thief on Apple TV Plus. Big thumbs up from the Grand Schwabini. And yes, I did watch it. And yes, it's a fantastic show. I just finished watching something called Quarterback Season 2. And everybody, I think, who watches Netflix and pays attention to football knows that there was a Season 1 of Quarterback that featured
Kirk Cousins,
Pat Mahomes,
Patty Mahomes,
and who was the third guy? Marcus Mariota.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Mariota.
This season they featured Matthew Stafford, not Matthew Stafford,
no,
Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins. They brought him back, and then some fucking bum they got off the street named Joe Burrow.
You got to have a bum in every show.
Yeah. So the premise is, and if you guys follow our show, you're obviously sports fans. They follow a quarterback basically through the season. and you get a little inside look at, where they live, their thought process, a little bit of their family here and there, how the losses affect them, how they prepare for injuries, all that kind of stuff. I thought this year was actually better than last season. I don't know how you feel yet.
I mean, I only watched one episode, but I thought it was well done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but I like the insight better, I think, with Mahomes last year, but I'm not through it yet, so I can't give a review.
All right. So a couple takeaways
That's why you can't do it.
A couple takeaways from me. I was a Kirk Cousins, fan for many years. I still am, because he's probably the nicest guy in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
That being said,
You like that?
Yeah. That being said, that is also his biggest weakness.
Yeah.
He is way too nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way too nice.
Yeah.
And he's going to make a really great offensive coordinator, or maybe even head coach someday, because his X's and O's and the way his brain works, it's like he'll be developing some sort of hybrid offense 10 years from now as a coach. You just watch.
That actually makes some sense, because if you think about it, like, what's the big problem with him, right? With Kirk Cousins, and it's that he doesn't perform in the clutch.
Well, he overthinks things.
He overthinks things.
He totally overthinks things.
He overthinks things, and he's all cerebral.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just not letting talent take over.
Yeah, and he's got the talent. He's got a great arm. He's super accurate. He's very durable and athletic. And he overthinks things. But I like that they brought him back, because he travels to Atlanta, and everybody knows that near the end of the year last year, they pulled him. What you don't realize, that
was well done. They showed what happened between the seasons.
Yeah, but what I forgot about was, and what I didn't realize, because the story was all about, why did they draft this guy? Why did they draft this guy? He was actually having a really good year, and they were in first place in their division up until like the 10th game of the season, where he went through 3 games without a touchdown pass, and then they benched him. So he was on his way. And what happened is, during the Saints game, the second Saints game, he got crushed and he got injured, and he couldn't throw the ball. He could hardly throw the ball the next 3 games. And he refused to acknowledge that his injury was worse than it was. Now, they don't directly say that in the show, but
Thanks for spoiling it.
When you watch it, hey, look, I'm giving a review. There's a lot more that I won't talk about.
Well, look, it's also a documentary, which means you probably should already know what happened.
Yeah, that's true. There you go.
So it's okay. You're not giving anything away.
There you go.
Right.
Absolutely. So
we all know Kirk Cousins is no longer the quarterback of the Falcons.
No.
The details are in the show.
There you go.
Also, this is not real.
It is real.
No, yeah, it's real.
It is. Was that a joke, or were you? I don't know. You don't think it's real?
No. I didn't know nothing about it.
Oh, you didn't know anything about it?
Right. This is all new to me.
Yeah, they follow these guys around. Yeah. It's actually it's pretty telling. The first one was pretty cool. This one I give a great big thumbs up, because I liked it better than the first year. So go back and watch it. Who knows who they're going to bring on next year? But
hopefully, like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, right. That would be fun. Well, there's no way the Steelers would let that.
Enigma.
No.
That's enough.
That's a great show, Enigma. Okay, well, listen, you can subscribe to us at the Sports Porch Podcast on YouTube. And, of course, we want to thank Curtis for being here. Curtis Drain from SteelCityDraftGear.com.
Welcome back, Curtis.
See the hat,
back anytime.
see the shirt, see the towels, see the code behind Schwaber, all kinds of gear there. SteelCityDraftGear.com.
Get your land.
I'm going to drop the podcast right after the show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your friggin' podcasts. And
did you was doing the show?
You're going to have to watch, because I could say a lot about Joe Burrow right now, but I'm going to reserve it for when you review it, because I'm sure you're going to.
Oh, yeah.
We should get Joe Burrow on the show and say, we have a guy who says that you're an absolute bum. We would like you to face off.
We're going to send you this StreamYard link. You can just pop in the green room anytime. All right. Thanks for watching the Sports Black and Gold all over the world on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram. I'm going to drop the podcast right after the show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your freaking podcasts. Subscribe to us at the Sports Podcast on YouTube. Click the notifications button every Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to steelcitydraftgear.com to get your drip. We will see you next week. For the Grant Schwab Beanie, for HJ, for Curtis Train, I'm your technical director. I am out. We'll see you next week.